Namaste to everybody. Today's podcast is by Shri.Bhushan Patil. Bhushan has come to Kanyakumari in the year 2020 and he visited the Gramola Park. And those who visit the Gramola Park, we have a system that after their visit we always write a letter and we add them in our mailing list. To that, Bhushan wrote that he was very much happy to see our Gramola Park. And he himself has taken a lot of initiatives, several initiatives, and started a private company called Sustainable Living Integrated Solutions Private Limited. So that later I was remembering, and suddenly when we started our podcast, I remembered Bhushan Patil, and then I wrote to him that you are also on the same page like Vivekananda Kendra, and we are trying to have a digital exhibition, and we don't want to limit ourselves with the digital exhibition. Afterwards, we would like to give all these facilities to the people who are really want to live sustainable life. So I would like to have a podcast by you. He readily agreed. I'm really very happy, and not only that, when I saw his background, I was really pleasantly surprised. Basically, he is from Jalgaon district of Maharashtra, trained in mechanical engineering from Pune, and then he worked with many IT big companies like IBM, Data Care, Geometric Software, etc. But at the same time, parallelly, he was also working with an NGO and called Arth Kranti. 1 month back, we have a presentation by Amol Farke, who was also associated with this Arth Kranti. So on policy advocacy for big socio-economic changes in India, he worked for them and got further trained in economics as well as on sustainable resource management from Ecological Society. And since 2015, he started working on sustainability. And as I told you earlier, he founded Sustainable Living Integrated Solutions Private Limited along with his friends to run several initiatives like Sustainable Lifestyle Store, Sustainable Lifestyle Experience Center, terrace gardening, etc. And not only that, now he has started another what you can call is a local community center. For the last 3 years, he is working with the community on sustainable living, and that's why he's in many times he has a problem of connectivity. But I'm happy that today he made proper arrangement so that we'll be able to listen to him properly. Over to Bhushan.
Okay. Namaskaram all, and thank you Vasudev ji for this kind introduction. So I'm probably the least experienced person among all of you who have been working on this noble subjects and even sustainability since long. So I've just made my small contribution and still attempting pursuing few things here. So I would just want to share my experience for which Vasudev ji invited me on this meeting. So as Vasudev ji mentioned, while I was working in IT till 2015, and I did my postgraduate diploma course from Ecological Society on Sustainable Resource Management. So that happened in 2006. So since then, some or the other things are going on related to sustainability. First of all, it was transforming own lifestyle, so adopting a more sustainable lifestyle. So that started, and then the craving for adopting more and more sustainable lifestyle and promoting that kind of lifestyle was always there. So when I quit my job in 2015, I had plenty opportunities at hand. In the sense, I also did my MA in economics and was net qualified to be assistant professor in economics. So, yeah, thanks, Vasanthi. So, I also tried being lecturer in economics in colleges, management colleges, commerce colleges, etc. However, I thought it's better to do hands-on work uh, rather than being in academics. Of course, academics is also important. However, I was more inclined towards doing hands-on work. So, along with some more like-minded friends, we founded this company called as Sustainable Living Integrated Solutions Private Limited. So, we spent 1 year just to be able to decide what kind of organization we should form to be able to take this work forward. What happened since 2006 when I completed my sustainable resource management course, we of course were pursuing organic food. So we saw that in those almost 10 years from 2006 to 15 or 9 years, we saw that more than 100 organic shops in Pune opened and closed. So we knew from some instances for sure that it was not the matter of these people not being able to manage these businesses, or they were not experienced, or they were not proficient in managing businesses. But still, why this failed? So with that background, we thought we should form a new kind of institute or organization wherein it's not only for promoting organic food, but the whole organic lifestyle. This is more sustainable lifestyle. And with that sense, we formed this integrated solutions platform, wherein we thought we would be able to integrate expertise from different persons, not only among us who were like-minded people, but from other veterans also, to be able to offer complete solutions to help people move towards sustainable lifestyle. So, on that platform of sustainable lifestyle integrated solutions, sustainable living integrated solutions, we once started one thing which was obviously the organic store. So it was not only organic store, it was actually chemical free lifestyle store. That's why we named it Sustainable Lifestyle Store. So it offered more than 600 of products. So almost all the product range which is needed at home to be able to transform our lifestyle to sustainable lifestyle. So obviously starting from food grains, vegetables, fruits, to all the lifestyle products like toiletries, then toilet cleaner, floor cleaner, soaps, everything was made available from some producers who were genuinely producing chemical-free products. And we also ran Sustainable Lifestyle Experience Center, because we knew that just making products available is not going to help transform the lifestyle of people. So, on the other hand, we started conducting workshops wherein we used to offer experiential activities for people to come, not only gain knowledge or awareness, but also experience what kind of transformation is needed. So, we run several activities on that platform. So, wherein we even the activities included starting from river rejuvenation to understanding how even the VOCs, volatile organic compounds in the household air, how they are affecting our health, and how they are coming from our own products that we use at home, which are chemical-based products. So we.
Bhushanji,
Yes.
a request. If you want us to move the slides, you need to keep us informed so
Yes.
that the slide will be kept moving. Otherwise, we understand that it is introduction, right?
Yeah, this is background, little background.
Okay.
In fact,
Thank you.
Madan, I myself told I wanted this aspect to come over, so I requested
Okay.
to elaborate more on that rather than the Sahajeevan, which he has already made the slides. Yeah.
So on that integrated solutions platform, so we had the store, we had awareness experience center, not only awareness center but experience center, and then we also started something called as SEZ, which stood for Sustainable Entrepreneurship Zone. because we realized that the need for transformation is huge and solutions needed are multidimensional and diverse. So we need more and more people to come and offer solutions. Hence, we started this sustainable entrepreneurship zone. And when I came out of job from IT, I also saw that there are many people who are interested in switching over to something more meaningful careers. However, during all these different initiatives on the integrated solutions platform, we experience that though people are gaining awareness, people are sometimes opting for different products or solutions, but as far as transforming the lifestyle or transforming their careers is concerned, people were not geared up, they were not ready. And I also parallelly realized that living in the city, there are limitations to transformation of my own lifestyle. Of course, I could transform to some extent, but more was needed. Hence, in 2020, as I also visited the Kendra at Kanyakumari, at that time we had started looking for a land in rural area where we could start our own experiential lifestyle center, wherein we could share that space with extensively, but the demand, the conversion of it into demand for the products, services, solutions that we were being offered was not to the extent needed, and hence we were continuously running into losses, and we had accumulated quite a good amount of losses, and hence we decided to close it last year. So we closed that last year. However, as you can see on the slide, around 3-4 years ago, we started this journey on this global community Sahajeevan. So initially we were discussing it among some friends that we should shift our lifestyle to some rural or natural ambience setup, natural ecosystem setup, wherein we could experience the nature firsthand. But then the priorities were not matching. Hence, me and my wife, fortunately, my wife was on board to this journey, and we decided that let's move ourselves first and then let others join in. So we moved in 2020 near Bhima Shankar region. We chose that region because there are reserved forest areas here as well as there are tribal areas here. So we thought the conventional development will reach quite a late in this region, which we preferred. So we moved here, we rented a home and started looking for lands, agricultural lands. And within a year, we zeroed down to a land. So, I mean, in the meanwhile of this year, we just wrote a note about our project, which is the Sahajeevan A Global Community Living Project, and circulated it among close friends. And it spread out, and 10 different families from different backgrounds. Few are from Pune, few are from Mumbai, few are from IT, few are doctors, few are professors. They the chord struck with them whatever they had on mind as well. So we all joined together and formed this community. So if you could move to the next slide. So this was the objective or the aim of the community. We wanted to transform our own lifestyle as much as possible beyond the limitations of city life, and offer the space as an experiential living space. Okay, and though we started with this journey of helping others to transform their own lifestyle, we realized that the awareness or our offerings of services and solutions is definitely needed. However, that was not sufficient for people to be able to switch over their lifestyles, because that's a big step, and some other factors are also need to get aligned. So that's why we moved to this local community living project. So next slide, please. So on this project, there are several objectives. Those are very written with smaller fonts, so you may not be able to read it right now, but I can just read it or cite them for you, some of them for you. So one was having our food, which is in alignment, then having our shelter, which is in alignment, then having our engagements, whatever we do, also as much in alignment with the natural ecosystems as possible. Then promoting the art, which used to be there. There were different art forms which used to connect us connect us to the nature around us, but we are losing on them. So connecting from there also. So different aspects of living, different dimensions of living, whichever could be aligned to the natural ecosystems around us. So we decided to transform it holistically as much as possible. So moving to the next slide, please. Then, as I mentioned, we decided few rules for this community living, because we didn't want it to, because this is also sustainable lifestyle, natural lifestyle is also a buzzword and carries some glamour. So we didn't want people to just come there for that glamour sake, because dealing with then all such sort of people would have been difficult. So we designed some few rules that this is not going to be a weekend home or a holiday home kind of a setup, or this is not an investment option, so that you could sell your investment here after a few years to earn more or so. Because what is need to be put in such projects is beyond money. So beyond monetary valuation, more things are valuable, and those who value that, only those should be welcome. So we drafted some such rules for the community. Next slide, please. And so we identified 3 adjacent plots of land, which were collectively 11 acres of land piece. So it was adjacent to the forest. It was not on hilltop. The lands on hilltop were available at quite cheaper rates, but we thought we are moving anti-gravity if we go on hilltops, and hence we'll need to put in energy continuously to be able to sustain that kind of lifestyle which is on top of the hill. If you want to pull the water up from down, we need energy regularly. So we decided that we should be at the foothills and adjacent to the forest area. So we identified such 11 acres of plot, and we bought that in 2021. So next slide, please. So initially, this is not of, may not be of interest, but I'm just putting some figures that we thought we needed money to buy the land, then to put in the infrastructure, like basic infrastructure, road, electricity, water arrangement, fencing, etc., and few common spaces on the land. So we decided grossly that we'll need 25 lakhs rupees per unit of per acre of land development or land availability, because the land prices here are accordingly, respectively. So with this, we had this 10 families contributing towards this project. So moving to next slide. And we also, as I mentioned, we also designed the exit clause as part of the rules for participation in the project. That to be able to avoid this investment interest, we decided that even if you want to exit, in first place, people should not come here to come and go. So this is a lifetime kind of participation. However, there may be some emergencies or unavoidable reasons for which people may have to exit. So we had this exit clause, but wherein the appreciated value would not go back to the person, but it would stay with the community. And even the inheritance, though the legal heir would be the inheriting the property, but their participation should come with the same values and interest, and hence we had these rules also. So next slide, please. And this way we started, and so the current status is we have 2 families staying here full time, permanently shifted here, and the rest of the families they currently have some obligations in their current jobs or paying their current home loans, etc. So they have some plans for next 2 years or 3 years to be able to come here. So around half of them will stay here permanently, and half will have to and fro arrangements in next 2-3 years. And the infrastructure which we had said, the land was purchased and fencing is done now. The rainwater harvest, we decided, though we have a big dam adjacent to us, which is Chas Kaman Dam, built on Bhima River. So our village is located just besides the dam. Or it was initially in the area where the dam is constructed, so people moved swiftly up. Still, we decided that we will not fetch water from the dams, and we will use the rainwater only to the most extent, unless it is very exceptional case. So we have built a farm pond of around 20 lakh liters capacity. So of course it doesn't get filled completely on the rain just on the pond. However, we have a stream, adjacent stream, which flows only in the monsoon. So we in the rainy season we fill it up from the stream. So we are doing farming based on this rainwater which is harvested during monsoon only. Then we have for power we have put up solar power project, and we have bought a home which is adjacent to our place as a community home, wherein people who are visiting here, they come and stay here. Okay. Next slide, please. And in terms of activities, we've obviously started the chemical-free farming. We are definitely not using any outside inputs. Still, I'm not calling it organic because there are different debates among organic, natural, and chemical-free. So we are doing this farming to produce whatever we need at home. We, in the sense, all these 10 families put together, we are pursuing to produce all our food needs from the farm. So of the 11 acres, around 5 acres is flat cultivable land. Rest of the land is sloped, and we are not trying to modify or develop that. In fact, we are using that to be able to plant trees so that we have a complete ecosystem in place. Okay. So we are putting diverse trees which are native in this region. We are planting them and trying to harvest them. So, and we have also one of the offerings that we had thought this, we are educated, most of us are highly educated. So rather than working on our own needs, we should also offer what we have, the skills, knowledge, etc. So we started a few activities alongside our own farm with the villagers around. So activities for kids like again gearing them up for the plays on the ground rather than this virtual games. We started health initiatives like conducted camps for the kids as well as for women. Then there is a farmer producer company also in the neighboring village, but they were facing difficulties, so they approached us to help them out. So we are working with them as well to make them financially viable and sustainable. So these are the kind of activities which we are doing. My son, who is now 14, we initially when we came here, we got him into the Zilla Parishad school, which is vernacular medium school here, for a year, so that he get used to and familiar with the kids around. And then we took him out of school. Now he studies from home on his own through NIOS, which is National Institute of Open Schooling. So if we can move to the next slide. So we can share a few glimpses. So this is the farm pond which we dug and we filled in this year only completely. Next slide. And so this way we are farming. This is a few pictures from the rice cultivation. This region is famous for Indrayani rice, one variety of rice. Next slide. And as I said, we are working with the kids and women around. So these are few pics from the activities. So so this journey is obviously a long journey. Started just few years ago and started with some aspects. We definitely got to experience. If we could move to the next slide, we've got many learnings on this journey. First of all, when we came here from the city kind of lifestyle, city living, people definitely always ask us, is it being difficult to adapt to this lifestyle, etc. For us, it was not so difficult because even being in city, we try to mold our lifestyle as much as possible. So our consumptions were already quite less compared to the city life, etc. But still, in terms of approach of working, I myself personally felt a lot of learnings that I have to imbibe in myself. Though we are aware about many concepts and theories or thoughts and philosophies, but I personally found that when you are accustomed to one kind of lifestyle, changing here to another, like people in villages, they have a different approach of living altogether. Of course, they are also nowadays moving to city lifestyle as much they can, but still there are definitely people who have in their approach a little, I would say, more openness towards life, more acceptance towards the uncertainties that the nature has to offer, and hence they are their lifestyle is less stressful than the city lifestyle, wherein we try to control our life as we want and we operate just in terms of money. So this was definitely and is being enriching for our own experiences and our spiritual journey as well. Then this of the community members, not even a single member we were in association earlier. So these are all different people coming from different walks of life. So working with them also and working with the villagers also was a very learning experience. Of course, there are challenges hence with which you can learn. So that's what I have experienced. And the outward focus, we decided that with all the sustainable living integrated solutions experience and coming here and also started a few initiatives, we realized that we should live with inside out approach more. Of course, this was there on my mind since long. Even while I was in Pune, in an international seminar on sustainability, I had presented a paper on sustainable entrepreneurship, how sustainable or ecopreneurship is the term that we coined. The ecopreneurship, how that can be a solution for sustainable lifestyle and sustainable development. However, living it, presenting it, sharing it, conceptualizing it was one thing, but living it is another thing which we have experienced, and the focus that we had on mind of inside out to work got more strengthened, and we had to imbibe it, we had to work to be able to imbibe it. So that's how, but this journey has been very, very joyful and enriching, which And we want to offer this space as a space wherein people can come and live and experience it. And we don't want to have any kind of a tourism arrangements here. Only those people who are keen to experience such lifestyle, they should be able to visit and experience it. Of course, infrastructure is not completely ready yet, but we are moving towards this direction. So that is all I have to say right now, and we can be open for question and answer. Thank you.
Very nice presentation, Bhushan. Over to Madan. Now you can have question answers.
Yeah, thank you, Bhushan ji. It was the dream of us, in fact, which you have presented. Many aspire for doing this, but you have done a good experimentation. In fact, we are very happy to hear about it and the risks which you have taken, and also enabling others to go through the process as such. It has been a very interesting journey. In fact, it is all blessings of the Almighty and the home who have accepted this course of journey to this particular pathway, which may not happen otherwise with a familial support. The risk which you have taken to take out of your son and put him in NIOS, it's all a great modeling for all the parents who would love to get into such experimentation and do forth, because many talk about it, living about it is a great venture. Thank you for it. And we have a few questions, and besides me, others also would join me in asking. One question first, we saw an investment of 25 lakhs putting in by 10 people, and you have a 75% being an exit loss and other things. That is one. Second, is there a room or a space for new entrants to come in with their investment pattern or join them? That is one question. Second question is, how do you manage your regular income and expenditure of your own thing, whether the recurring needs of your institution or of the people who are there, how it is being managed? And third thing is, how do you see your circular economy, which we are calling about in the sustainable living, is being in practice? Just to understand the insights and also to know the pains which you travel in that. Thank you, sir.
So thank you for these questions, which are very pertinent and important questions or important aspects. So in terms of people coming and participating here, for this capital investment, I think it does not make sense to put in capital investment unless people want to put in their life here. However, we have kept it always open for people to come and stay and experience and work with us. So people don't have to put in money to be able to do that. In terms of participating here completely, of course, the physical land has put in some constraints on the number of people which can be accommodated in this given space. However, we can go on expanding the land as people get interested that seriously, and we can accommodate it that way. Second, in terms of the recurring expenses, so we definitely have, as I have been preaching or sharing, presenting myself about ecopreneurship and all, I definitely had this on mind that we should be able to have activity on that direction. So far my time has been invested currently in getting this whole system ready for the basics, because while you work on the remote areas, it's not even easy to do what is very granted in connected areas, like the simple infrastructures, getting it up, like small house, or even the arrangement of electricity or this. So all these small arrangement also need some time and effort to be able to have these things ready, because we are not that kind of connected area. Still, so my time so far got invested into getting that up. I've started engaging with this FPC and a few other things now to be able to earn living or subsistence. So for that, so far how I have been able to sustain financially is, we had one house in Pune which we have now rented. So through that rent, we are able to run my daily living expenses and the expenses needed at the farm. And similarly, the other people, we are collectively contributing to this monthly expenses, which are common expenses for the farm. People are, only two of us who have left job so far. The others are doing jobs. So all put together monthly expenses, contribute to the monthly expenses. That's how we are doing it. But definitely we have plans to move towards more surplus kind of economy. But having worked with from operating from the city as well, when we were running that kind of a sustainable lifestyle store, we tried to connect. We also ran this movement called as Annadata movement, wherein we connected many of the farmers who were producing naturally or organically across Maharashtra to the city consumers. However, we found that the journey of a farmer has been very, very difficult. So that is because when it comes to, see, as long as its awareness is concerned, that is okay, that we need toxic chemical free food and all, but its conversion to the demand is very limited, and that creates a problem for the producer, who is the farmer. So the kind of economy that we are in, socio-economy, government always puts in policies so that the prices of the basic farm produces are not going high. Okay, but that doesn't help the farmer and to majority of the farmers. Few farmers are able to manage it, but majority of the farmers are not able to sustain, and hence the next generation of the farmers is trying to move out of the farming. They may take even a small petty job in the industry, but they are not interested in doing farming. So that is because the one is the uncertainty involved. Second, the toil is needed to be able to produce out of farming, and particularly when it comes to natural or organic farming, wherein you are not supposed to use chemicals, then you need a lot of human labor in the sense the effort that is needed, and people, even the laborers are not ready because they get higher pays in the industries. So on one side the cost of labor is increasing, your prices for the outcomes are not so going high comparatively. So the farming has become quite a difficult task. So I'm not sure for now, with all these experiences on both sides, that just operating organically, we will be able to, the farmers will be able to sustain themselves, and they need some kind of a support activity to be able to support their families financially. So of course we are trying some initiatives around that as well, but it will take some time, because so far we are just struggling to produce whatever we need at home for all these 10-11 families. So going there will take some time so that we are able to be surplus producer and earning our livings from that. But of course the aim is towards that. Different things or innovative things will have to be done.
Thank you, sir, for the explanation. I look forward for our colleagues, group members to have any questions on this to Bhushan ji. Over to the working group members, if anyone would like to respond or share any relevant information which would facilitate his way of life in a better form, that will also welcome.
Bhushan ji, let me congratulate you. If I remember, Madan and Vasudev ji, we were discussing about the future possibilities of sustainable living, and I think we were discussing at that time of communities, a small community of people living a sustainable life as an example, number one. And then second is, we should have more number of communities so that the like-minded people can stay together and do some work, positive work, contribute something. And I feel that Bhushanji is well on way to success for this kind of project. I must congratulate you, Bhushanji. It's really wonderful that we have been talking about it. And individually, probably we are all living the sustainable life. But living in a community, probably it has got a better effect on the other people. Because you see, these cities all said and done, lot of money is there, career options are there. But I feel that these people are really getting burnt out. Totally they are burning out because so much of work, and more than work, the tension they are going through is something unimaginable. So I feel that people will be able to sort of take your example and then start communities around. I was telling about small communities because, you see, if you make it a big community, then somehow or the other, we have this demon called as ego. So this ego clashes will be there, and then the whole purpose is lost. So always a small community is wonderful, and you were right in choosing, say, 10 or 12 families because you know them personally. I mean, if you invite some outsiders, we do not know what they are like. So I think small communities will do well, and we wish you all the best, that you succeed, so that you become an example for other people to join in, not to your own project, but perhaps start their own community. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Raghunandan ji. Prakash ji has something to say, I guess.
Prakash ji?
Yeah, pranam to all. First of all, my sincere gratitude to Patil ji for sharing his experiences. It's really it makes a lot of meaning to me, but particularly. I have some fundamental questions on this basically. We have been in our life journey, we have seen that people at different places have started the experimentations, living in tune with nature. We say that in a small community, whether we start from the Baba Amte when he made this Anand Van or the Arivilo experiment, or in Uttarakhand region where I am staying, I saw that way back 30 years back, 4 families, one from so-called scheduled tribe, one so-called upper age Brahmin, one from they all started living together and creating an example for the society. And they really catch the imagination of people that time and break many of the social dogmas of that time. And at least a message was planted to the society that this can happen and this is something very, very possible. The question comes to me is that what is the replication, multiplication effect? Whether these experiments, the way we live, because we are strongly convinced that they make a lot of meaning and sense for it, whether it makes a sense for the larger society, because the things are different, particularly when economics come, when we need to financially sustainable in the experimentations. Secondly, generational change that happens, that your next generation after some time will require that different kind of ecosystem is required for them, because it can never remain a static or monolith kind of thing. They have to move ahead with the time, or a society living in such environment and minimizing our needs is good for us. But whether we certainly conceptually require that next generation also attain to the same thing, or they move in a bigger way in the society. Third, that is very, very important, is that for the longer run, whether financially these models are sustainable, where we don't require any outer side financial assistance. What is the minimum unit which you feel is the viable unit for these things? There are many more questions, but I'll stop here. But I sincere gratitude for you that you started living, and it is a ray of hope for a large section of the society. Pranam, thank you.
Thank you, Prakash ji, and thank you, Raghunandan ji, for all your comments. I would putting all these thoughts with both of you together. Of course, it comes to our mind that more and more when we've got something in where we are able to experience this change in our lifestyle, we would like, and do like that more and more people are able to transform or experience this kind of lifestyle. That will not only help them individually, but also would help the whole nature around us and the nation and the world around us. So definitely that is needed. Hence, everyone is trying to pursue this sustainable development, notion of sustainable development. However, as Raghunandanji mentioned rightly, that though we think of scaling or replicating, etc., but as far as sustainability aspect of sustainability is concerned, the models or the examples may not be replicated as is, because in nature, if an ecosystem needs to be sustainable, it needs to have diversity, and hence we already have diversity in nature, and if the communities or examples needs to sustain, we need to have diversity in such examples also, so that people from different backgrounds are able to connect with one or the other examples. That is one thing, and then having small diverse examples is I think would help more, and the platform like Vivekananda Kendra would be exactly able to add value here, I guess, wherein they are able to connect all such different diverse examples and hold a space to have them all together and make different such examples available for people whoever are keen or looking for such examples to experience rather than just know in terms of knowledge. So the platform would be definitely valuable to offer such kind of a service wherein more such examples are made available for people to visit and experience and connect and help themselves and the others.
One more thing, I think Vallepanji, or you're on the line, if I'm right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So Bhushan, we actually, I mean, most of the points have been covered by Sri Madan, then Raghuji and Prakash ji. So I have only one question, but before that, I would like to again congratulate you, because this is, as most of them said, this is something that we would like to take up. I mean, at an individual level, we are trying to do some of these, but yeah, at the community level is what will help in the long run. But yeah, I would like to congratulate you for taking this initiative and sustaining till this point. Okay. So my one question to you is, okay, I mean, the entry criteria that you mentioned is clear that like-minded people with who have these practices, but once you get them in, do you have some say trainings or something kind of inside itself to say if someone does something in a different way and I mean a majority feels it has to be done slightly differently, how do you manage those kind of training sessions, etc.? Because it's again in everything it's going to be like conflict of interest, not on everything probably, but some of these things at least, even though you have like-minded people.
Yes, true. So that is definitely an obvious challenge we face whenever we start something like this. So for that, I personally took up a stand that I am not going to drive this community. This community is not trying to drive its members. What we are creating this community for is we are trying to make this space available for people to come and experience and get their lifestyles and life transformed. So whoever are keen to do something, they are most welcome. Even the members, I mean, initiatives, we did not list the initiatives and try to draw the initiatives. What we decided that whoever wants to take up any initiative will support that, as long as it is in the canvas of this project, in the scope of this project. So that is the approach we have taken. Hence, my time is not wasted in driving people or trying to manage people. Yet, we definitely face this conflicts whenever even if you are husband, wife, we face such conflicts. So more heads coming together always creates this kind of challenges. But we are able to have what approach we follow is we discuss all together. We have online discussions quite frequently, and we also meet once in a month personally here to be able to discuss whatever we are doing and whatever is needed to be done, etc. So that way we try to build consensus and try to take actions according to those consensus. So of course our grounding helps there because we are not trying to create something big. We are trying to transform ourselves and our lives and helps. Hence, we don't have to drive, and it eases the problem to some extent.
Okay, thanks, Bhushan.
Bhushan, I don't know whether you know Dilip Kulkarni. He started a similar experiment 30 years back. And as you rightly said, he was also not trying to drive others to follow him. So he requested people, many people said yes, we'll come, but finally he said, okay, I will set my own example. He went to Konkan region, others didn't go there, but he doesn't bother about it. I think I'm happy that you are also following on the same track. We have one Kaustubh Pathak also from Dhanapurvani. I hope you know him. Kaustubh, do you know Bhushan?
No, not in person. I have heard his name couple of times through different references, but not personally, I believe. Yeah.
He knows Amol Phalke actually.
Okay.
Both of them, they work together in Artha Kranti.
Yes.
One difference from what you mentioned about Dilip ji's project or initiative is that we've started this as a community project, and we have been quite accommodative in the sense that we did not put very harsh conditions in terms of your starting step. Because when we have 10 families from different backgrounds, the kind of austere lifestyle Dilip ji lives, it's definitely very much valuable, respectable. However, it's very challenging on the other hand. I'm not saying it's not needed. I'm saying when you think of a bunch of people coming together, we may not be able to have such harsh kind of conditions to start with. So what stand we took is wherever, whatever phase of life you are in or whatever activity you are currently in, as long as you are keen to take actions in line to this direction, you are welcome. And the boundaries of the canvas or the constraints of the canvas, as long as it is fitting into this, you are most welcome. That is the approach we do.
पंकज जी, श्रवण, आपको कुछ पूछना है जरूर पूछिए.
भूषण जी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. मैं पंकज अग्रवाल बोल रहा हूँ प्रयागराज से.
नमस्ते.
और मैं एकदम इधर उत्तर भारत में हूँ, कोने में. आप जो प्रयास कर रहे हैं अच्छे लिविंग के लिए और सोसाइटी के लिए, ईश्वर आपको और ताकत दे और आप अपने लक्ष्य में सफल हों. जी धन्यवाद एंड नमस्कार.
शुक्रिया. नमस्कार.
Our Milan friend also has come. You want to say anything? Narendra Joshi.
Yes, I was listening to you, Bhushan. Yes, it was great. This community effort is all we need right now. So I've done case studies on these community living. So basically, I've experienced Sadhana Forest, Revelation Forest. Hope you'd have known about these things.
Yes.
So there, what we are doing currently is to involve more like-minded people. We are organizing well-being workshops. So basically, those like-minded people are getting inside these community living, and it's again becoming diverse. Through word of mouth, it's spreading wide.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how it will be built. Yeah. And wonderful initiative. Gratitude. Yes.
Thanks. Thanks, Nitanji. So we also have those kinds of initiatives on mind. However, our infrastructure is yet not ready to be able to do that. So we are building it up. So we will also offer more such experiential activities for people and come and stay and experience with us.
Beautiful. Great. Yeah.
Two, three things which comes out to me as such. One is this sort of an initiatives been a very earmarking for us and also been an inspiring thing. Now, belonging to the working group and also from the platform of Vivekananda Kendra Nardak, which Vasudevji has been heading it, how do we see that this sort of a scaling up could be possible as a startup event? That is one. And second, with the experience which you have inbuilt over a period, what sort of economies in terms which could be worked out to initiate the startup activities which Kendra or other people could support it for this particular cause of living, sustainable living. So that could be another venture because as you rightly said, ecosystem is diverse. It requires a different parameters or metrics to understand the sustainability parameters. That being the case, being Vivekananda Kendra, the very high pedestal there which they have been working across the country, so they could look for such startup initiatives and also support. And when this sort of initiatives being there, how best, for example, we and Dan Foundation context, we say that we have an amortization concept, where in which we promote the people organization, say within about 20 lakhs or 25 lakh rupees. And over a period of 3 years or 4 years, we say that the money should come back to the system, which will enable them to reach or multiply this particular concept to multiple people who have been interested and desirous of that. So probably with your experience and guidance, such an inception process could be facilitated. And Vivekananda Kendra Nardak would be owing a mark of gratitude to this particular gesture. And as you rightly said, Dilipji has a very austerity lifestyle, where which you have been exercising moderation, which Swami Vivekananda calls for as a moderation is yoga. That also is a need of the hour for accommodating diverse interests, diverse ecosystems, and with the diverse people as such. So we always look forward for your support and guidance in this venture to take our sustainable living forward. Thank you, Bhushanji, for your earnest attempts to pen down your natural feelings and thoughts to inspire us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bhushan, small request.
Yes.
We want you to have something like a documentary or whatever work you have done. That is what we are requesting all those who are coming for podcast. If you can write yourself, and in that case, if somebody is there to do the shooting or visualization, that is fine. Otherwise, we will do that work. Mm-hmm. But the basic concept and the story should come from you. The time is about 10 to 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. So that this will be beginning of others also will be able to learn from you from this podcast. We don't want to limit ourselves only with the podcast. Subsequently, we like to have a audio-visual documentation. So this is my request to you.
Okay. So we will discuss separately how it can be done, because whatever is the journey so far, we can get it documented in some form which is easy to communicate and convey. So we can discuss it separately.
Yeah. More apart from global, I really enjoyed your whole concept that ACZ which you started. Although it was stopped. Yeah. But that itself is the need of the hour, and that is what Vivekananda Kendra Nardak also is contemplating. If not immediately, after some time, yes, those who want to live a sustainable lifestyle, we should have different options and different stores for them. That is very, very important. So that aspect also you can cover in your story.
Sure.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot for offering this opportunity to be able to connect with all this group of experienced and like-minded people. So I'm grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
How often you come to Pune? I would like to meet you. Whenever I'm coming to that side, I will meet you. Are you coming to Pune quite often or don't come?
No, we once in a month or so. So however, whenever you visit, you can let me know. We can decide and meet accordingly.
Very good. Very kind of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Over to Madan for our regular